She's back! This is my 4th year making this annual trend report, and to me, 2025 just feels like it's gonna be big. And if you are new to the fashion analytics side of YouTube, hello, welcome. I'm Amanda, hi. And I like to break down the top fashion forecasts from the top fashion watchdogs like Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Refinery29, Marie Claire, and Cosmopolitan. And it's all to bring you kind of a comprehensive list and amalgamation of all of those lists so that we can stay in style, but most importantly, inspired for the year ahead in fashion. I'm going to break down the biggest trends from the runways and the most world-renowned fashion houses, and we will chat about what is going to be seen through their eyes on the high street and in the shops this year in 2025. So whether you are looking to refresh your style, do a big declutter, or you just want to stay in the know, this video is definitely for you. I don't personally follow all of the trends. I like to pick and choose what's right for me, and I think you will too. And as always, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments because these videos take a really long time and having that chat is absolutely the best. What do you want to try? What are you going to skip? Leave it down in the comments, grab a cozy bevy, get comfy, and let's jump right into the trends that are going to define 2025. Let's start the 2025 fashion trends with a pattern that is making a big, bold statement this year, and that is stripes on stripes. Well, stripes have always been a spring, summer staple. I know for me, this year runways took them to a whole nother level. They're mixing, they're matching, they're layering, and they're doing it all in unexpected ways. Stripes were a grounding force on the spring 2025 runways, appearing in collections from designers like Schooler, Erdem, Tory Burch, and even Chanel. Whether showcased on sharply tailored suits, slinky blouses, or bold statement coats, stripes added a fresh, refined edge to a classic motif. But there is a twist for 2025, and it's not just about wearing stripes, it's about layering stripes on stripes. Think maximalism with a playful touch. So how do you do this? Mix with different widths, directions, and colors and stripes for a pattern on pattern look that feels more modern and definitely more fun. I love a little bit of fashion history, and stripes have definitely a rich one. Once reserved for societal outcasts in medieval Europe, they later became a symbol of freedom during the American Revolution, and today they're embraced as versatile, timeless motif. For 2025, we're seeing stripes reimagined to embody both preppy sophistication and bold individuality. So if you already have stripes in your wardrobe, you are definitely ahead of the game. I know I do, but this year it's time to push the envelope and experiment with color combinations, mix those proportions as we talked about, and don't be afraid to just mix and match general striped pieces. It's all about making this timeless pattern your own, and let's actually make that the rule for all of these trends. Our second trend for 2025 is the one that is dominating every single fashion list, and definitely unexpected for me. It's all about the legs. The trend is bold, it's experimental, and to be honest, it's a little bit puzzling when you see it first. From asymmetrical silhouettes to the revival of hot pants, designers are putting a spotlight on the legs, and in ways we've never quite seen before. So let's start with the runways. Victoria Beckham, Bottega Veneta, Polo Ralph Lauren, Coperni introduced us to hybrids like skants, schrauzers, and one-legged pants. Think trousers sliced to reveal satin shorts underneath, or asymmetrical hemlines that spotlight just one leg. Matteo Blasi, creative director of Bottega Veneta, even took it a step further with a 3-way pant short skirt hybrid. It's avant-garde, it's playful, and it's completely unexpected. But leg focus doesn't just stop there. Dresses over pants are also making a comeback at Kate, Roca, Duran-Lantic, all giving pants kind of that starring role for spring-summer wardrobes. And leggings, yes, leggings, have also been reimagined. Designers like Schooler, Tibi, Sonia Riquel have layered under trousers, Bermuda shorts, and tunics for a fresh, modern look. And if that wasn't enough leg drama, we are also seeing the return of hot pants and micro minis, a throwback to daring styles that I think really comes from Sabrina Carpenter.
First look reveal.
Cosmopolitan is calling it a year of the micro, which in my opinion is what we saw 2 years ago, but Sure. They're highlighting itsy bitsy shorts paired with sheer tights or war bear, depending on how bold you are feeling. Trust me, when it comes to these trends, I get it. While this trend may not scream practicality, it is undeniably fun and really creative, whether it's layering asymmetrical pants, layering with leggings, pairing with a dress or trousers. It kind of just encourages you to dive into your wardrobe and have some fun. Personally, I can't wait to see how the top fashionistas are going to bring this to life during Fashion Week, and not just the hot pants. I know we've already seen that during some of the fashion weeks, and the girlies, they've been doing it so well. But I'll be honest, I don't see myself doing this unless I'm feeling really hot at night and I need to kick my leg out of the sheets in my bed. But maybe that's actually where the designers came up with it. A little 3 a.m. idea when feeling a little bit hot on one side of their body. You guys know I also love to talk about the hemline of the year, and this year, the next trend is growing, quite literally, the bubble silhouette. If you've been keeping an eye on fashion trends, you might remember that the bubble skirt or voluminous shapes kind of began to emerge a little bit more last year, but it seems that 2025 is the year that we are fully embracing this inflated sculptural style. Vogue describes this trend as Cloud 9, with inflated shapes and bubble hems creating powerful poof dresses that are stuffed or even inflatable. And I know that's pushing the boat out a little bit for a lot of us. More traditional bubble silhouettes offer wearable alternatives for those looking to test the waters. And for me, I think these are really, really pretty. Harper's Bazaar took a playful approach, calling it cuckoo for tutus. So mini skirts, peplums, and dresses in bubbled silks and classic tulle. They dominated the runways, as they saw by J.W. Anderson, Simone Rocha, and Vaquera. Think of it as tulle reimagined, but for the modern wardrobe. Refinery29 really like to give us a historical perspective, which I love, and they were saying that the bubble skirt was an unlikely comeback from the 80s or the early 2000s. This season's silhouette has evolved into what they describe as more of a curve obsession. At Stella McCartney, it was toga-inspired dresses featuring bubble-hemmed minis, while designers like Nicholas Skovgaard, Loewe, and Junya Watanabe took the volume to new heights with hoop skirts and impossibly dramatic dresses. Maybe not something you'd wear to the grocery store, but definitely art in motion. So, why is this gaining traction now? Well, I feel like it just hasn't had its spotlight yet. Maybe we just needed time to warm up to this concept and the world to really be ready to embrace a little bit more of a playful silhouette. Whether you prefer a bubbled midi skirt or a dramatic mini skirt or even a peplum top, this trend is about having fun. And with shape and movement specifically, we'll talk more about movement in a moment's time, but fashion is all about experimentation. So if you already have your basics, maybe add a bubble silhouette just to offer that bit of fun in your spring-summer wardrobe. Speaking to more patterns, plaid is making a significant resurgence in 2025, seamlessly blending timeless appeal with contemporary fashion. And designers are reimagining this classic pattern with unexpected colorways and innovative applications, ensuring that its relevance across seasons kind of stays all through the year, when normally I just associate it with Gilmore Girls season, which is otherwise known as fall-winter.
What's that?
My pretty face.
On the spring-summer 2025 runways, plaid was predominantly featured, maybe unexpectedly, in jackets, tunics, and skirts, with designers like Bottega Veneta, Sacai, and Balenciaga showcasing the pattern in fresh hues and in modern silhouettes. This revival isn't limited to high fashion by any means. It's permeating street style and everyday wear, and the versatility of plaid allows it to be dressed up or dressed down, making it a staple for various occasions, whether that means embracing a countryside chic aesthetic, which is definitely on the rise, by the way, or incorporating plaid into urban ensembles. This pattern offers endless styling opportunities. So now I will just turn this to you quickly. The enduring nature of plaid raises the question: is it a timeless pattern? Many fashion enthusiasts, including myself, definitely believe that it is. Its ability to adapt and remain relevant through changing trends definitely speaks to its lasting appeal. And I think it's brands like Ralph Lauren who have really carved out this space in my brain. It's an aesthetic all of its own. As we integrate plaid into our 2025 wardrobes throughout the entire year, consider experimenting with different color schemes and garment types to really make this classic pattern uniquely your own. We are already at trend number 5, and I feel like it's straight out of a countryside fairy tale, the dream, and that is the cape, the timeless piece that is making the modern comeback, blending elegance and novelty to give our spring and fall wardrobes a fresh twist. Whether it's a standalone cape or capes built into dresses, I'll explain more. This trend brings a refined but dramatic flair to everyday style. I have a cape and I need to start wearing it. Capes are definitely associated with a certain theatricality, but in 2025, think more of a soft, approachable, grounded in quiet luxury take. Refinery29 highlights how capelets emerged as an unexpected offshoot of the ladylike trend, which we'll talk a little bit more again later, and a lighter, more wearable option that continues to dominate the runways. And it's definitely taking notice too. Totem's draped goddess dress, for example, subtly incorporates cape-like layers and an ethereal effect, while Chanel offers a playful superhero-inspired version. Mary Claire points out that capes for spring aren't just about making a statement. It's really just fluidity and ease. Designers like Alaya, Kate Erdem, Tibby, they're all crafting them from delicate fabrics like soft jerseys, taffetas, and lace, which is so pretty, creating an effortless, billowy drape that feels far from costume-like and more like everyday elegance. The beauty of this trend is its versatility. Capes can serve as a stylish alternative to a trench coat. They can also work beautifully as part of a dress or an unexpected detail in outerwear. It's a piece that adds drama and refinement while still definitely remaining practical for the transitional seasons. So whether you are channeling your countryside chic or experimenting with soft fluid silhouettes, the cape is here to help you make a statement, and a very versatile, wearable, tonal cape is definitely on my wish list for spring and fall in 2025. I feel like a little bit of a broken record with trend number 6, but it's been evolving over the past few years, and that is strategic sheer. Note strategic in the name this time. Strategic sheer dressing. Sheer has been a constant on the trend list, but for 2025, I feel like it's taking a more thoughtful and wearable approach. Finally, this year, it's less about bearing it all and more about incorporating elements of sheer in ways that feel intentional and elegant. And so many designers are doing this in such a beautiful way. Designers like Prada and Hermes are redefining the idea of sheer with panels and cutouts that add kind of that sexy but yet sophisticated detail. Vogue describes this as a soft filter, where tulle just wraps and diaphanous layers create a romantic and ethereal look. We saw that on Prada's runway last year, actually. Refinery29 takes it a step further, highlighting designers like Simon Rocha and Marina Moscone, who are building entire collections around fluid gossamer fabrics. Think twists of tulle, sheer overdresses, and flowing pants that catch the breeze. It's so romantic. These fabrics really let your underlayers shine without being too overtly revealing. Mary Claire emphasized that sheer doesn't have to be naked anymore. This season, it's about reclaiming sheer as wearable and refined. So kind of reinforcing that message. Gauzy maxi dresses, embroidered textures, and open weave skirts, that has me so excited for spring, paired with minimalist separates, offer a way to embrace this trend while definitely staying versatile yet comfortable. Finally, if you were hesitant about the sheer in the past, I know I was. As I've mentioned, in 2025, I think it is our year to give it a go. This strategic approach allows you to really embrace the transparency in a way that feels polished yet modern, entirely your own. I think the first place that I would start would be a sheer blouse with a really beautiful camisole underneath. Trend number 7 is Sport-Luxe, where athleisure gets a serious upgrade for 2025. Again, another one that's been mentioned for a few years in a row. But can you believe that it's been 5 years since we were living in sweatpants on Zoom calls? That's where this sporty style has been trending ever since. And this year, we are finally stepping into a little bit more of a luxurious yet elevated realm. 2025 is just about raising the bar. Vogue highlights how slim and sleek tank silhouettes were once reserved for the gym. They're now gracing the runways, and designers like Christian Dior are incorporating sporty details into sophisticated looks. They're pairing windbreakers that are more in satin and nylon with sequin dresses or a billowy polo dress. that sweeps the floor. Refinery29, I love this. They coined this as sporty spice meets office chic. Think color-blocked windbreakers paired with midi skirts, or funnel neck anoraks styled with trousers, and short sleeve polo dresses that feel polished enough to go to a meeting, but casual enough to also go to brunch. Designers like Lacoste, Ganni, and Ferragamo are leading the way with subtle yet elevated takes on sporty staples. Mary Claire really leaned into the playful side of this trend with bold biker shorts and color blocking paired with unexpected elements like sequin dresses and floor-length furs. Tory Burch, Prada, Missoni, they're all embracing this bold mix of technical and glamorous elements, creating a look that feels fresh and dynamic. Whether you are rocking a funnel neck windbreaker, color-blocked track separates, or a satin windbreaker paired with sequin dresses, Sport-Luxe is here to refine or redefine how we wear athletic-inspired pieces. It's bold, it's playful, and in my opinion, it can be undeniably chic. Just ask Princess Diana. She always did it so well. Our 8th trend for 2025 is one that truly makes my heart swoon, and that is ladylike dressing. What's even better is that it's a big nod to last year too, meaning that all of those timeless feminine pieces, like our cropped jackets, for example, in our wardrobe, will continue to work hard for us for another year. Harper's Bazaar points out this trend, very demure, a throwback to 2024, with classic touches like bow tie blouses, Peter Pan collars, pleated skirts, and car coats, the best, though slightly subverted for a modern edge. Designers like Jill Sander, Balenciaga, and Chanel are showcasing that looks with elegance and a dash of playfulness are definitely all systems go for 2025. Refinery29 ties this trend into the concept of quiet luxury with capelets, draped silhouettes, and refined outerwear really leading the charge. Chanel offers a whimsical spin with superhero-inspired neckties. I'm all in for the silk necktie this year. What I love about ladylike dressing is how it makes me feel. Very demure tailoring for feminine outerwear. These pieces bring a sense of polish and elegance that feel just so right for 2025. And the best part, many of these pieces are staples that can be styled season after season, making them a true wardrobe investment. We're also seeing a softening in tailoring, which definitely deserves a trend spotlight of its own. But for now, I'll just leave it that ladylike dressing is here to stay, offering us a timeless silhouette with enough modern flair that it feels fresh and exciting for the year ahead. So as alluded to, our 9th trend for 2025, it takes a more relaxed, refined approach to a structured style, and that is soft dressing and tailoring. Tailoring is always kind of a trend topic. This is where high fashion meets comfort and is blended with flowing fabrics, feminine draping, and slouchy silhouettes into what I like to really call soft power dressing. Harper's Bazaar highlighted that forward-facing hemlines, flowing trains, layers of chiffon, and that demure yet subverted design. Think Peter Pan collars at Prada, bow tie blouses tied with lace at Balenciaga, and Jonathan Anderson's light as air floral fabrics transformed into whimsical hoop skirts. All different forms of tailoring. And on the other side of the spectrum, we are also seeing very specific tailoring take a softer turn after seasons of that sharp androgynous style. Refinery29 described this beautifully. Saint Laurent's billowing oversized suits leading the charge, and then designers like Dries Van Noten and Stella McCartney following suit. Pun intended. Think slouchy trousers, silken suit shorts, and lapels that remain structured but also pair seamlessly with drapey, flowy bottoms. This trend is really about balance, finding that balance, the flowy feminine fabric meeting the structured elements to create that look that feels powerful yet approachable. Whether you're leaning into chiffon layers or embracing oversized tailoring, this trend offers a perfect blend of softness and sophistication. And I think this is going to be big this year, whether people know that they're doing it or not. These pieces aren't just for the runway. They're designed to move, to flow, to adapt, to bring real life, and to bring a sense of ease and elegance, again, into everyday dressing, which has kind of seemed to be a thread throughout of all of these trends for 2025. We are at trend number 10. That is wallpaper nostalgic florals. Yes, florals for spring. It's classic, it comes back year after year, but we're throwing back to something a little bit more nostalgic. Almost as if these prints were plucked straight from 1970s wallpaper. It's soft, it's romantic, and it's just a little bit retro. Harper's Bazaar described the runways as blooming with bouquets this season, with every type of floral print that you can imagine. Loewe and Prada showcased dreamy light florals, while Chloe embraced a garden party of mixed patterns that felt straight out of the English countryside. As if I couldn't love Chloe more. Mary Claire really took that vintage angle, calling these wallpaper florals, which is where I kind of got the title for this one, reminiscent of your great aunt's 70s living room. We are seeing these retro blooms dangling from dresses at Bottega Veneta, clashing in separates at Versace, and flowing down slinky spaghetti strappy dresses at Prada. And at Cosmopolitan, they leaned more into the romance of it all, connecting this trend with the whimsical, fantasy, romantic inspired aesthetic, romantasy, with sheer fabrics that really complement that major main character in a romance novel vibe. We used to call it Bridgerton core, but I think it's just our fantasy selves wanting to break free this year. What I love about this nostalgic twist on florals is how everyone can do it. You can go full vintage, clashing separates, or opt for something that's a little bit softer and romantic, like a slinky floral dress. Either way, it's a trend that's grounded in the past, but definitely feels incredibly fresh for 2025. So my challenge this year is to dive into some florals that may be outside of my norm. Are we going to be channeling the 70s wallpaper aesthetic? Are we going to be going more whimsical, soft, fantasy, main character vibes? Nostalgic florals are definitely a trend that promise to keep blooming all year long. Okay, we only have 2 left. Trend number 11 is fringe and frill, aka embellishments. If there's one thing I know that we love in fashion, it's movement, it's texture, and it's just to be here for a little something extra. This year, embellishments are definitely taking the main stage. Angelic ruffles, bold fringe, and everything in between. Harper's Bazaar beautifully describes this trend as the thrill for frill. Ruffles are adding an airy, effortless drape to skirts and dresses, creating soft, angelic movement that feels ethereal yet modern. It's designers like Niccolo Pascoletti and Nancy Dojeka that captured this so perfectly with flowy, delicate designs. But it's not just about ruffles. Refinery29 calls this season a celebration of all of the accoutrement. Designers like Nicolas Jasquiera at Louis Vuitton embraced a maximalist philosophy. Think bows, brocade jackets, jeweled tops, and layers of sparkles. It's a direct challenge to quiet luxury, where more is definitely more. And I really just think that this is the fashion gods giving us permission to style anything the way that we want to style it. Embrace all of the personal expression. And there's also a fringe frenzy going on, which Mary Claire highlighted as a major player on the spring 2025 runways. Fringe transformed basic silhouettes into head-turning statement pieces at Prada, Bottega Veneta, Ferragamo, and Proenza Schouler. From leather fringe skirts to full fringe dresses, these embellishments are all about texture, drama, and movement. What I love most about this trend is just how fun it can be. You can lean into a soft romantic ruffle, a feminine vibe, or embrace a bold fringe with movement and texture, or go all out with your maximalist embellishment for a glamorous more is more look. Sorry, quiet luxury, but we're bringing back the excitement and the energy to our wardrobes for 2025. And the only rule is that there are no rules. So mix, match, and layer to your heart's content. And now we did it. Let's finish strong with trend number 12, and that is the color palette. If you've been here before, you know I love talking about color trends. They are always one of my favorite topics to cover in these videos because truly anyone can do it. And this year I'm planning a full video dedicated to color palettes in 2025, but I couldn't resist sharing the 2 standout trends that were mentioned in these articles, and I think you're gonna really like them. So let's dive right in. The first up is baby pink. So say goodbye to Barbie Core's vibrant pink and say hello to something that's softer, calmer, and definitely more sophisticated. Designers like Brandon Maxwell, Jason Wu, and Erdem, they're all embracing blush tones that are reminiscent of ballet slippers. Whether it's an ethereal sheer dress, a sleek tailored suit, it's that refined take on pink that feels more timeless and definitely more wearable for everyone, even those who may shy away from a full head to toe bubblegum look. And next we have a twist on the neutrals, and this one has been stealing my heart and the hearts of many without even realizing. Refinery29 is calling it the new neutrals. And this trend really shakes up the traditional classic wardrobe of black and white and navy and camel. It's introducing earth tones in rich camels, buttery yellows, deep chocolate browns, and even burgundy. This fall, it was one of the favorite hues, and it continues to be throughout the winter months. It's a warm, luxurious take on neutrals that feel perfect for winter and even into your spring wardrobes. At Hermes, camels are stepping back into where creams and blacks used to dominate, while Bottega Veneta and Tibi are adding a saturated wine red to dresses and blazers. Max Mara, always a timeless brand, meanwhile is leaning into chocolate browns and khakis, giving us an earthy tone, the tone that we just didn't know we needed. And for a modern twist, pairing these hues with black. It's refined, it's elevated, and it's just the right amount of unexpected. Baby pink brings softness to your wardrobe, while neutrals, and these new neutrals, allow you to experiment with richer tones that feel elevated and fresh. Both are easy to incorporate into your existing wardrobe, and I can't wait to show you how I am going to be playing with these colors in a future video. We're gonna talk these hues, but specifically for winter and then throughout the year as the seasons come. That was a lot. Let's wrap up this deep dive for fashion trends for 2025, from bold stripes to bubble silhouettes to dreamy ladylike styles and the new neutrals. I hope that you found some inspiration for the year ahead. These trends are all about creativity, self-expression, and finding a piece that really just works for you. Okay, pick and choose whatever you like. That's what this is all about. I don't dress to all the trends. I just like the inspiration of it all. Just remember when you're looking at these runways that fashion is art in motion, and you, my dear, are the frame for your own self-expression. Most of all, thank you so much for spending all of this time with me. Your support just means the world. Every like, share, subscription, it helps me just build this little dream. Here we love to cover style, lifestyle, and travel whenever I can in this cozy little nook of the internet. I would love to have you be a part of it. So please do subscribe. It's absolutely free. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Hello 2025. It's going to be our most stylish, most us year yet. I can feel it.